Okay, here's a live stream. It's all about recreating this graduation graphic. Excuse me. So if you take a look, it's not really a high resolution. It's not a vector image. And to check if it's a vector image, you just go to View and then Wireframe, and this one looks like it's a JPEG or a bitmap or a PNG. So basically, it's not vector image. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna recreate this to make it sharper and make it a vector image. So I'm gonna go to View and then going to Enhance View, and what I'll do, I'm going to put transparency on this one so that it's easier for us to recreate. So I click on the transparency tool, and then you go to View. Sorry. Click on transparency tool, and then you go to the first one, which is uniform transparency. And then I think this is good for now. Okay, so now we can recreate this one here. So let's start with this this hat here. So I'm gonna use my Bezier tool. So I'm gonna click here, there, and then I'm gonna close it. You have to close it so that you can color it later. So just go to the first point that you did, and then if you find the arrow, if you see the arrow, then just click. So now it's one image. Now I'm just gonna do it quickly, but it doesn't need to be really accurate. But yeah, so I'll just try my best to do it. So plus sign the keyboard, because I know there's another image here going down, and I'm going to bring it down like this. Okay. So now what I'll do here, I'm going to click on this second one here, and then I'm going to go to Objects, and then I'm going to, actually I can just go to my Shape tool, and then I'm going to drag this over to that point there. Okay, and then for this one, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna add the node. So double click on the line, we'll add a node, and I'm gonna drag and put it there. All right, so now we are actually done, but I just have to make a line here. That's because of that shadow there. So I'm clicking here and go there. Okay, I think we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a power clip. Sorry, not power clip. Smart fill. So go to my smart fill. I'm going to fill this. Good. And fill this. Right. And what I'm going to do, because I'm separating the colors first, and then I'm going to delete this because I don't need that, and I'm going to go back to my smart fill and click on this one here. Okay, so now we have achieved the top portion of it. So now for this one, I'm just going to draw a square like that, and then I'm going to click on Object and then Convert to Curves. I'm going to go to Shape, and then I'm going to create this as a curve, and I'll go like this. Okay, and now we have that one ready. So I'm gonna move it over to the left side so we can actually finish. So this one we can put this to back. So go Objects, Order to Back of Page. Now I'm going to I'm removing the transparency of this so that we can just pick a color here and then drag it over in the right side, and the left side, I mean. So I'm going to go to transparency, and I'm just going to remove the transparency. Okay, so now we can color this now. So for example here, I'm just going to copy this color here, and I'm going to pour that color. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, looks like it picked up that color. And then this one here, and this one there. Okay. Now, of course, you notice that it's not it's black, right? So what we're gonna do, we'll start with this one here. We're gonna do an interactive fill, which is in here. So I click and drag. Okay, so if you notice here, see, this is the dark portion. So what I'll do, I'm gonna click on this and gonna choose a color. Say let's try that one, and then click, and then let's see the results. It's pretty close, right? So now let's start with this one here, I mean the bigger part. So I go interactive fill, and then I click and drag. Sorry, other side, click and drag here. And then what I can do, I can put this color as black, that's fine. But then if I want to move it here, this one looks like there's another gray color here. So what you do is just I think double click on this. Wait one sec here. So go to your okay, so I'm gonna double click on this one sec here, or I'm gonna drag this over. And let's not make it complicated. We'll just make it this way. And then the last one is this one here. You can also use the gradient tool, which is if I click on yeah, here, this is the gradient tool. So with the gradient tool, you can start with the black. And then what you can do too is make this, I want to double click on this one. Oh, okay, and there it works now. So double click, it adds another color, right? So now this one here, I'll make that really dark because of this one here. And then I guess this one here, I'll just move it over. I think that looks fine now. Okay, I think that looks good. So now we're gonna select all of these and then remove the outline. Right mouse click on this icon here. Okay, so we have that part ready, and again, it's all vectors. If we click on wireframe, see, that's a vector image, and this one is not a vector image. So let's go back to the enhanced view here. Now, with this one here, it just looks like a circle, right? With a gradient fill. So gradient fill. Okay, so that one is, just gonna move it to back here. It's hard to see here, but anyway, I'll click on this and I'll make this light gray. Okay, and then I'm going to move this over like that. I think that's fine. So remove the outline, and I'm going to move it to the center here. We'll adjust that later. Okay, sorry, I'm not really happy with this. It has to be like a radial fountain fill. Oh, okay. Maybe this one is better. This one is better, I think. There. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now with this one here, with this, what we're going to do is, I'm just gonna make a line. So click on this one here, here, and I'm just gonna curve it like this. Perfect. So now I'm gonna make that thicker. So I'm gonna go to my line tool, and I'm going to say make it 2. I'll just make it 3. Okay, 3 looks fine. And what I'll do, I'll choose this one for rounded. Okay, and then now we're ready to pick a color. Sorry. Click OK, and then we're gonna pick this color here, and then do it this way. Okay, so we have that now, and I guess this one is just like a circle. Like I said, our objective is not really to make it exactly the same. So click here and pour it. Remove the outline. Okay, let's fix that color later. And I'm gonna go to my Bezier tool here and go back there. And then I'm going to make this a curve. Click on that. Click, click. And then make it a curve. Click here, make it a curve. Okay, and then I'm going to color it. Okay, now let's go back here. What I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna move that over here. Okay, and then move this to front, shift page up. And I'm just gonna fix the color a little bit here. So I'm gonna go transparency here. Oops. This one I'm gonna put it on top. What I can do here too, another technique too, is I'm gonna duplicate this. So plus on your keyboard and make a darker version of this one. If you want a darker version of this one, hold down the control and then your control button on the keyboard and then click on the black. See, it became darker. And then afterwards, I can click on my transparency tool and do it this way. I don't know if you notice it, but it looks gradient color now. Okay. So we are done with that, and I'm gonna skip this portion because if I'm gonna do this one, it's gonna take a long time. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna make the background. So very quickly. So first, I'm gonna draw a square. I mean a rectangle like that. Okay. Now let's start with these circles here. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shape just to cut this over, right? So click on my shape tool. Okay, make that a curve. I'm just recreating that swish graphic. Okay, here, and I grab this arrow. Okay, it's getting close. Okay, so I think that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over to the right side. Right side here. Okay. Sorry, this and then this one, and move it to the right side. Okay. So now first I'm gonna grab the base color, which is this one here. Click and then pour. Okay. Sorry, but before that, we're going to smart fill this first. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna delete this. Actually, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to delete this one here. And I'm going to sample this color and pour it. Okay. Now I'm going to do an interactive fill. Oops, sorry. Interactive fill. Click and drag. Okay. And I think this one, let's see if I can grab a color there. Okay. Anyway, I go to my interactive fill, and then this one is kind of yellowish color. But what I'll do, I'm gonna click on this color eyedropper and then get this one here. There. I think we got it. Okay. So I'm gonna remove that outline. So now the circles here is just random circles. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not really gonna trace like the whole thing. I'm just gonna make a random circles, right? Circles here, circles there. Some are going this way. Doesn't need to be exactly like that. Okay. Okay. So now here's the fun stuff. So you click on the color eyedropper. So we'll start with any color here. So click this one. So click this, and probably another one. I'm just gonna experiment on this one. If I can achieve that part. Okay. And then now what I'll do, I'm going to get another color, say this one here, and I'm going to color the other ones. Get another color, and then pour this. I know it looks like it's different, but just wait for a sec. So maybe what I'll do, I'm just gonna copy this one and then I'm just gonna move it over just to multiply, and then maybe make it smaller, and then maybe mirror it horizontally. Okay, so this is I think this is fine. Now let's do the magic here. So the magic here is that I'm gonna select all my small circles, right? Oh, we missed this two first. Sorry. Let's color this to one here and one there. Okay. So again, I'm gonna select all the circles inside, remove the outline, and then watch this. If I click on the transparency tool and I click on the uniform transparency, ta-dang! It looks good, right? Now what you can do, you can just duplicate some of these ones, put it there, you know. Or what you can do, you can also like then make it smaller. Yeah. So that's good. So now what we're gonna do is, except for this one, so what I'll do, I'm gonna smart fill this one here, and then this one, and then this one here, so that I can delete this part here. So delete that, delete this, and delete that. And then what I'll do, I'm just gonna play around with this, probably this one, and then remove the outline. Okay. All right. So now, if you look at this one, it goes. There's a white line here, and then there are some kind of stripes, right? So what I'm doing, I'm not gonna do exactly like that, but I'm gonna make it similar to that. Okay. So, but first, this one here, I'm gonna duplicate that, and I'm gonna move it up. Move it up a bit like this. I'm gonna put that to front, and I'll make that white outline. Right mouse click on that, and then make this thicker. Let's just say 2. Yeah. See, now I was able to achieve that, right? So now what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna look on the original one. So what I'll just going to copy that and then move it over here. See, now I have that. And then I'm gonna plus sign again. Probably I'm gonna move it down, and then plus sign again. Move it down a bit. And then another one. Then move it down like this. And then plus sign. Okay. So now we are just having fun here. So what I'm gonna do here, because I'm gonna use my smart fill. So I'm gonna make a border there, and same thing here. Okay, so that I can smart fill on. Say I can smart fill on that. This one, probably that one. Okay. So now we can delete these lines. And then we're gonna copy this. So I'm gonna click on this and then pour it. Okay, so we'll do interactive fill here. Oops. So the interactive fill is this. I have to choose the right one, which is this one. So interactive fill, click and drag. Okay, double click to add. Okay, so with this one, I'm gonna color this first. Go to the drop down and click the eyedropper and click on that. Okay, that's my first one. So the second one here, I'm clicking on it. And I'm going to go to my eyedropper, and I'm just gonna sample one of these colors here. Okay, so now I'm gonna color this too. Eyedropper and say this one here. Okay, and I think this one will be the last one. So you click on that, go to the eyedropper and click on this one here. Okay. Okay, so, and then what I'll do, I'm just gonna click on this 2 here, and I go to edit, copy properties from, and I'm gonna copy the properties of the fill of the first one here. There. This looks the same now. And then with this one, I think it's just a line here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the line thicker. Say 1.5, and then I'm gonna make this line, I'm just gonna go this color here. Okay, that's fine, and click OK here, and I'm just going to duplicate and bring it down, duplicate some more. Okay, and then I'm gonna duplicate some more because it looks like There are a lot of lines there. Okay. But if you take a look here, there's a gradation of lines, right? So we can also do that. We'll just select all of this. Now it's hard to select. Okay, let's go back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll try to delete it so I know. Okay. So I'm gonna group this. And what I'll do, I'm gonna create transparency. So click and drag going down. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. And then we're gonna remove this line here. Oops, no, sorry. So, and then after that, we're just gonna box this so it would be cleaner. So now what I'll do here, except for this one here, so I'm gonna remove the outline of this. Okay, and I'm gonna box this. So first, I'm gonna group this first. Control G to group. Okay, those are grouped together. And then I'm going to create a box, rectangular box like this, smaller than the graphics that I did already. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna power clip that. So click on this, which is the whole graphic, and then click on the objects, power clip, place inside the frame, and the frame would be this one here. There. So now we're gonna put it here, and then we're going to move this over there. Okay. So I wasn't able to do perfectly, but it's close. It's close to what I wanted. Okay. If you go view, wireframe, of course you can't see this one because it's in a power clip, but you saw it, we made a vector out of that. Okay, so feel free to type in the chat if you have any question or comments. And yeah, what I'll do, if you want to still stay and continue watching me, I'll do that. Yeah, so I'll just continue now. So drop shadow here. We'll just create a drop shadow here. Sometimes the drop shadow, see that's a circle drop shadow. We can, I'm not gonna drop shadow this. I'm gonna create a circle, ellipse, color that. I'll remove the outline. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a drop shadow there. Okay. And I'm gonna feather it a bit more. Okay, that's good. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to object and break shadow apart because I don't need this circle anymore. What I need is just this drop shadow. Because I'm gonna mimic this one here. So I'm gonna move it here. And of course I have to make this to the top. So I'm going to select all of this first, except the drop shadow. And then I'm gonna go page up or to front of page. And then now I can adjust the drop shadow. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay. Now with this one, this is a challenge. It's not hard, but it's just time consuming. So anyway, let's go to this this part here, click here, and then go here, here, and then I'm going to close it. I'm going to go to my shape tool, curve it, okay, and then I'm going to, this one looks just like a square, so I'm just going to click on square there. I can also make it the radius corners, and then I'm just going to resize that. This one, what I'll do, I'm going to mirror it, so plus sign the keyboard and then just mirror and move it here. Okay, and then here, this one I can also mirror that later. So I'm gonna create the line first from here to here, and I'm gonna go here, here, and I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna close the object. So once I close up the object, I'm gonna curve all of these, and I'm gonna curve that, curve this one, and then this one I have to make this cusp node, and there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna duplicate this and then mirror it, and then I'm just gonna resize it just to make it faster. Yeah. So, all right, and then this one here, click on this. Shape tool. Okay, plus sign the keyboard and then mirror it and then put it to the other side. And then we'll just adjust that later. Okay, and then the last thing is this part here. Make it a curve. Okay. And then the bottom one here. All right. And we're done with the ribbon. Okay. So now we are going to color the ribbon. Gonna move it to this side here. Okay, so click on the first ribbon. We're gonna sample a color first and click there, right? So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go to interactive fill, click and drag. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this one here, and then I'm gonna click on my color eyedropper, and I'm gonna pick that color. Okay, so now see there's gradient here, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double click and then probably one more. Okay, because this color is this one here, so click on that and then go to your drop down and then click on your color eyedropper and just sample this color. And then I'll go to this one here. I'm gonna sample a color, which is this one here. Okay, we probably have one more, but this color would be this one. There. All right. Okay, and then this one would be this color here. Okay, so for this one, what we'll do is we're just gonna go to edit, and then we're just gonna copy properties from. So the properties of the fill of this one here. So click OK, and then the arrow shows up, and then just click here, and now that will be the same color, same as this one here, or we can just like grab a here. So we're gonna fix this later, these gaps here. Now let's start with this ribbon here. So this ribbon, we're going to do interactive fill, click and drag. Okay, so this color would be eyedropper, and then this one. Okay, and then this last color would be eyedropper, which is this one here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click here and double click one more time, because this color would be this color here. All right, and this one would be that color. Okay, and then you can just adjust this if you want. Okay, that looks fine to me. Okay, and then just click on this and then go to edit, go to copy properties from fill of this one here, and then this one would be, again, click and drag, interactive fill. So this would be this one. I'm sorry, this, and this one would be this one here. Okay, and this would be, yeah, so same thing. This one would be interactive like that. This color would be, will not make it exactly the same there. And then this would be, sorry, this one would be this color. All right, and then one more. This would be this color, and the black would be this color. I'm gonna close that. Okay, so now it's just like removing the outline and then just tweaking it or fixing some stuff. Like for example, these gaps here, you can just move it like that. And then this one you can probably enlarge that, and this one should be to the front, and then just make it bigger. This one you can drag it inside. This one, make it bigger. Just remove the gaps, right? And what else? Yeah, so it's close to the original one, but I like it. So I'm just gonna group this together, and then I'm gonna move it to my graphic here, and then I just have to create the diploma. So the diploma is simple. So again, Bezier tool, so click here, and then here, and then here, and go back here, and then close it. And then I'm going to make this as a curve so that I can edit it like that. This one. Okay. And then For this, we'll just, we'll just smart fill this one here, and it goes like this and it goes out. Select all of these and then curve, because I know this is a curve like that. It's a curve, and this one's a curve. Okay, that is fine, and I'm going to smart fill this, and so I'm gonna color this. Sorry, I don't have a reference guide here, but it's okay. So what I'll do, I'm gonna move this over on this side, and then I'm going to color drop this one here, and then I'm going to interactive fill. So this one should be this color here. Okay, and yeah, I think that's fine. So now I can delete this line. I can move this over here. I'm just gonna remove the outline. And then just one more here. Click here and there. So this one would be the shadow. Okay. Okay, so we are going to, I'm just gonna move that down so that we can color it now. So I'm gonna sample that color and then drop that one there. So just gonna go interactive fill again. Click and drag. Okay, sorry. I think we have to remove the outline. And this one here, we are going to do power smart fill with this one here. Okay, we'll not spend a lot of time with this one here because we're not really actually drawing exact, but for me this is fine. I mean, it looks like a diploma. Okay, so that's good. So what I'll do, I'm just gonna move this over to the left side here, and then I'm going to move my ribbon and move it up. I'm gonna group this together. And I'm just gonna position same as the original one. Oops. I guess that's extra. Okay, so that's it. Maybe we can make the shadow bigger. Okay, I think we'll stop now. But at least you know the idea how I recreate this one. It's more of transparency, interactive fill, smart fill, of course the Bezier tool. And I think that's it. If you don't have any questions, or if you have questions, just like type it in the live chat. I'll wait for a minute, and if there's no questions, then I will just end this live session. Okay, great. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.